And to learn about the current condition there in Australia, especially in Sydney, we're now connected to Consulate for Information, Social and Cultural Affairs from the Consulate General of the Republic of Indonesia in Sydney, His Excellency Abdul Nazar. Good evening from Sydney, Mr. Abdul Nazar. Thank you for joining us here on the 3 Hour News Show. So we now know that Australia seems to have been on the sharp ends of climate change, where right now thousands of residents have been ordered to evacuate southwest Sydney in Australia as, torrential rain and damaging winds pound the east coast. While floods are expected to be worse than last year, probably it will get really worse overnight. So how are you holding up over there?
Thank you, South Asia TV, for inviting us tonight in Sydney. Good afternoon in Jakarta, and good evening, my friend also in Sydney. Well, I would like to tell first that since last Friday up to now, the weather has been raining in Sydney and its surrounding area, such as Camden, that is in southwest Sydney, also in Windsor, Central Coast, and also Illawarra regional area. The weather in a prediction will continue to cause moderate and possibly heavy rainfall across the metropolitan Sydney, Illawarra and Hunter region for a couple of days. Now, maybe you can hear the sound outside our office now, but I'm not sure you can hear that, that we have a storm outside right now. Yes, the Bureau of Meteorology released some warning last week regarding the ongoing torrential rain, damaging winds, and a flash flood. So the government agency also, such as New South Wales Emergency Service and the Australian Defence Forces, have been standing by to help the people living in the affected area. And tens of thousands of people in the affected area are told to evacuate. That is the current situation that I can tell at this moment.
Well, Mr. Nazar, before we proceed, we really hope that you guys will be safe out there in Sydney in the middle of this storm. But as the New South Wales Emergency Services Minister, Steph Cook, said in a televised media briefing, let me quote this: "If you were safe in 2021, do not assume you will be safe tonight." Now, this is a rapidly evolving situation, and we could very well see areas impacted that have never experienced flooding before. But can you explain to us, could you walk us into how bad is the flood compared to the ones in March or even last year?
Well, since the overnight downpour led to Sydney's main dam, Warragamba. You know, Warragamba is actually the main water reservoir in Sydney, spilling hours earlier than predicted. So this is also the situation, and also that the situation changed very fast at this moment. What I told you earlier, that the storage or reservoir has reached capacity and exceeded capacity at that time this morning. So, this really ahead of expectation due to the intensity of the rain in the catchment. As we know, in the previous flood also, only the difference is between the difference is only the speed of the situation, how it changed very fast at this moment. And NSW Emergency Service Minister even said that the Warragamba Dam was spilling at a rate greater than during flood in March and April. So based on this, the combination of heavy rainfall and the overflow out of the Warragamba Dam is really causing the river to rise quickly. So we can imagine the people living the bank by the bank of the rivers. The situation was very not good this moment.
All right, Mr. Nazar, so the Consulate General of Indonesia, of its headquarters there, has it been flooded in this, around this time? And if yes, what did you do? I mean, with things like work, if from our Indonesian nationals over there, did they get problems going to the office, for example?
At this moment in Sydney, our office is in the center of Sydney, actually, center of Sydney. So at this moment, we're not impacted by this flood. But I can still see the situation outside of the office, that thunderstorm and heavy rainfall occasionally sometimes happen with 1 hour, and then sometime also since in the morning, always rain. But at this moment, we're safe in this office because we are located in the center and not affected by that.
All right, that's a great relief.
Yeah, we're really glad to hear that all of
thank you so much.
our friends in the
please pray
consulars
for
are
us
safe.
also in here.
Definitely.
But probably not in the center of Sydney, but roads have been cut off with 18 evacuation orders in Western Sydney alone, and warnings of more to come. What we want to know is, how is the evacuation process, sir, considering there is no access road to reach the location?
Well, we know that what we observe at this moment, since the flood in previous flood, I mean, that actually the state emergency service owned by the government of New South Wales is very good in doing rescuing of the affected people. New South Wales State Emergency Service issue first, what they are doing is New South Wales State Emergency Service issues emergency alert, SMS message to the community in the affected area, including along Hawke's Berenipian catchment, in the preparation for a potential evacuation overnight, and over the coming days as the rain intensifies for Sydney and Illawarra. So they are working very fast, actually. Evacuation center also have been set up in some community center in the area which is not affected with the floods. The EES also use rescue boat to pick up a boat to pick up people in the flooding areas and bring them to the evacuation center. And what we know also that if the flood have not reached them, people can also go to the evacuation center directly without waiting for the rescue. And they can also get some information, including road closure and access to the evacuation center by using some applications such as RMS Live Traffic, Barometeorology Warnings, and WSES, and My Road Info for flood and road update. So the community will be well informed. They know what to do when they are in a particular situation in this flood.
All right. So, do you have any other information about Indonesians living in Sydney? I mean, do you have anything to offer them if things get worse to help ease the situation? How can they reach, if they are impacted by this flood, to reach the consulate? Maybe you have like a special hotline if things get worse, really?
Well, thank you. Consulate General, the Republic of Indonesia in Sydney has doing something by coordinate with the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade in New South Wales, and is an intensive communication also with many Indonesian communities to seek the information regarding the affected Indonesian citizens. Until now, Alhamdulillah, we are lucky that there have been no reports of Indonesian citizens affected by the flood. To inform the Indonesian communities also, to warn them also, we have published an announcement to all Indonesian citizens in the New South Wales through our website, social media, to increase the alertness prepare equipment to anticipate power outage and evacuation.
Yeah.
Comply with the direction from the competent authorities, and continue to monitor with the development and with warning. So this is very important. Why we do this, even not only in the flood situation, even bushfire or everything, we always communicate with other people and communicate also with the authority, the government of Australia. We also have prepared logistical and operational support for the emergency situation, and to make easy the communication also, we open a hotline for Indonesian citizens in affected area who need the help. That's a thing that we should do.
Right, sir, let me confirm over here. So we have no Indonesian citizens even in the worst affected areas of Camden in southwest Sydney. Is that true?
So far, we haven't received any reports of affected Indonesian in Camden. Alhamdulillah, at this moment,
All right. So let's say there are people who have relatives in Sydney or in the respective areas, even friends or people they love about. Do you have anything you would like to convey to those who are watching at the moment, just to calm them down?
Well, okay, thank you. For Indonesian living in New South Wales, please be alert first, for a rapidly evolving situation at this moment. And better to prepare all things to anticipate the power outage and evacuation. And also, please comply with the direction from the relevant authorities, because this is very updated. Like Bureau of Meteorological, SES, and etc. Related institutions, related to government who in relating with flood. And we also request the Indonesian community to continue to monitor the development of the weather. And in case there is something that happens to you, please contact our hotline. The number is 0434 544-478, so you need our help. Right. And we also request kindly pray from all people in Indonesia and New South Wales that we are always safe in here.
All right, sir, and probably one last thing, because we are now also airing in Australia. Do you have anything you say to the Australian people in general during this hard time?
Yeah, we, as we know that for this year has been 4 times, flood. So we just hope so much that all of them keep strong and be patient with this new challenge, and hope so much this will be ending soon on this very bad situation.
All right, Mr. Abdul Nazar, thank you so much for your extensive report on the matter. We hope you and also all the people there in Australia in general will be safe during this hard time. Thank you so much.